Mark Zinniker, did you have an opinion about how the consumers could help the farmers here?
Well, I think one thing is the consumer has to understand that the raw milk issue being what it is only a very small part of that issue. I mean, it's a food issue, it's a rights issue, it's much bigger than just raw milk at the moment, because it's about the consumer being able to educate themselves, and then based on that make the decisions that they feel is best for them and their families, regardless of whether it's raw milk or whether it's carrots or whether it's whatever. If they feel that that's what's best for them and their family, they should have the right to make those choices. And that's where it's kind of a much broader picture than raw milk, although right now raw milk is kind of at the forefront. But
what specifically could they do, in your opinion?
Well, they could support the Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund. I think they can, make lots of noise with their legislators, demand that they have those rights, to start participating in local food. I think in the long run that's much more important than being certified organic or anything, is that there gets this connection between the consumer and the producer of the food, and then all those things kind of become background, because if you as a consumer come here and you don't like what we're doing, you'll go somewhere else. If you do like what we're doing and how we're doing it, you'll keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to, first of all, make those choices, but as soon as the consumer and the producer make that, a lot of these issues go away, because the consumer then is making the decision of what's best for them, and they're making those decisions accordingly, and they have that choice, that ability to make those choices, because they can go out and track their food, see where it's coming from. Do I like what's going on here? And then all these safety issues and all those become much more of a background issue, because the consumer knows what's going on.
Right, they don't have to listen to the recall notices about the ground beef they just bought from the supermarket to figure out, or wonder if the restaurant that they're
So yeah, people should be able to go back and see the kitchen. Not that they can run around in it, but I mean, what's going on in the kitchen? Now, wouldn't that change the whole thing? And the same with the farm. I mean, you can't have people running around all over the place either, but if they're informed and they know how things are being produced, and what the issues, what the concerns are, I mean, that's the bottom line. There is always a risk involved, but my opinion is generally it's very minute. You're probably taking more of a risk driving here in your car, but that's all. That's just my opinion. But for the people to have that choice, I think is the big thing.
And the farmers are willing to step up and to undergo, years of harassment and negotiations, letters of understanding, and all kinds of legal things that you've been going through. And prior to the Legal Defense Fund, you were pretty much on your own.
Right.
Yeah. So that the farmers are willing to go through all of that on behalf of their consumers. So what we're really asking is the consumers to stand by your farmers.
Right.
Is to really dig in Wisconsin and make a lot of noise, as you said.
Right. And it's then they can make that connection as they see fit. And I mean, we do it because we get this positive feedback that you're helping people, and they're helping you by at least approaching a fair price for your work. So I mean, it's kind of mutual. It works both ways. So
thank you, Mark.